Dingwen, great to have you with us. Welcome to CGTN.
Yeah, good to be here. Thanks for having me.
So I suppose, if I'm not mistaken, you're in quarantine. And
Yes, I am.
how's quarantine life treating you?
Quarantine life, I think I have a certain opinion that other people might not agree. I absolutely love quarantine.
You do?
Having
Wow.
food served to you, 3 meals a day, getting a good night's rest, it's wonderful, especially for an athlete with a busy schedule like me.
So Sydney True, you were one of the three winter athletes representing the Hong Kong SAR. You were the flag bearer over there. How would you describe your Olympic experience overall?
Well, I think the entire Olympic experience really exceeded my expectations. Other than some small little operational haphazards that may have happened, everything was run incredibly smoothly. The volunteers were absolutely exceptionally friendly, and they were a very critical part to sort of the entire operation. And that really made my Olympic experience wonderful. Everything was very seamless. I got to not only look at the top athletes from my own sport, but also go to Zhang Jiako and Yan Qing to look at sort of like other sports that I've never even seen before. And I think it was really great. It's a very unique situation where you have athletes from all walks of life gathered in one place celebrating the Olympics. So, all in all, I think the Olympics experience was something that I'll never forget. It was an absolutely wonderful experience. The volunteers, all the staff, all the different athletes, having everybody come from so many different walks of life in one village. It was an amazing experience.
Sydney, let's talk about the athletic part of it. As far as we know, there has not been even one standard short track speed skating rinks in tropical Hong Kong. Is that still the case now?
Yeah, so actually, winter sports is very, very uncommon in Hong Kong. And so even though the Hong Kong China delegation has produced Winter Olympians ever since the 2002 Salt Lake City Winter Olympics, uh, we don't have a Olympic-sized standard ice rink in Hong Kong. So most of us Hong Kong skaters, we have to often travel to the Chinese mainland to do our training or go to overseas countries to do our training. And so that sort of regimen, I think that sort of like resilience and perseverance from us Hong Kong China athletes might not be, like might not be common knowledge for other athletes or other fans watching. So it's great to be able to even stand on the Olympic stage for us Hong Kong China athletes. Um, it's a miracle. So because of our sort of like the results that we've gotten in both Asian and international competitions, uh, the Hong Kong government is planning on setting up a internationally standard ice rink in the city. So we're really hoping to get not just the Hong Kong community, but also the Greater Bay Area community more involved in winter sports. And hopefully we can get speed skating to be a more popular sport in the region.
That would be sweet. But let's talk about yourself. You have to fly up to northwestern China on the mainland, of course, to train. What was the experience like?
Flying to northeastern China very often, it really took a toll because as a young student, I had to sort of balance my own academic studies. I had to balance full-time training, and I would go up there every weekend. And so doing that, first of all, financially, it was very difficult. Second of all, I really enjoyed, northeastern China. It's a very unique opportunity for especially Hong Kong youth to travel up there and to engage with the local community, engage with local athletes. And I picked up a lot of new language skills. I also picked up a
Man,
lot of,
you did. We saw the the Douyin videos.
yeah.
My wife is a Dongbayan, but you speak better Dongbei dialect than I do. No, Sydney, seriously, I was serious. Speaking about picking up the dialect part. Show us what you got.
Okay, so in the northeastern dialect in Dongbeihua, uh, there's a phrase for falling down on the side of the sidewalk and clipping your knee where your skin falls off. And so in the
Oh, there you go.
northeastern dialect, we would say this as 脖了盖儿卡马路牙子卡秃噜皮子. So which is very, very different from standard Putonghua. And so, learning all these like nice little like words and nice little sayings, um, got me like to be a really unexpected overnight sensation. And so I think, it's something that I felt really surprised
Yeah.
about too.
How are you getting along with your fellow athletes from the Chinese mainland? Have you made any friends?
Yeah, so I mean, we've always trained with each other for the past many, many sort of years. Every time we're skating in the World Cup, every time we do competitions together, especially in the Olympics, we do a lot of our pre-competition training together. So I've had a lot of interactions with Wu Dazheng, with the Chinese national team coaches, with Sun Long, Zhang Tianyi, and everybody else on the team. So, it's really great. I feel really grateful because to have the national team support us in so many of our training operations, we were able to sort of, really get to the Olympics and for everybody on our team as well. And so, interacting with them in person, it's great because a lot of them, like especially Dajing, uh, they're people that I looked up to, and watching sort of like our relationships grow over the years, it's beautiful, and watching everybody compete in our own home country.
And then how about cooperation between the Chinese mainland and the special administrative region, something you've touched upon briefly. Do you know any specific training schemes or exchange programs in place to, facilitate, Hong Kong athletes or maybe mainland athletes as well to get to the next level?
Um, I can really only speak for winter sports,
Sure.
but I think that there's a lot to learn from both sides. The mainland athletes obviously have, the immense structure in their training regimes. They have, immense power, immense experience that a lot of us Hong Kong athletes don't. And so it would be great to sort of have our athletes, including me, learn more from the mainland athletes. And in terms of what we can give back is like a lot of the Hong Kong Chinese athletes are also full-time university students, full-time like secondary school students that also do full-time training. And so, something that I've been doing over the past few years with the mainland Chinese team is I've been teaching them English. And so back in 2016, when I was starting to train with the youth national team, I did a few English classes every week. I'd give them tests, and it was really fun. And in turn, I learned a lot about, training at the highest level. And so hopefully with our new rink, hopefully the government pushes forward with the new rink in Hong Kong. Hopefully we can have more of our athletes interact more with each other and learn more from each other.
And then what would you tell your fellow compatriots, in Hong Kong or any other residents of a tropical city or tropical region for that matter? What is the beauty of winter sports?
I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Jamaican bobsled team, but I always use this example. A lot of people ask me sort of like, why is there a need to do ice skating in such a tropical city where we don't even have the conditions for it? When I see the Jamaican bobsled team, when other people see the Jamaican bobsled team, a country with no snow whatsoever, just beaches, you see the resilience of their people. You see their perseverance, their character, and the sort of character of their people, the character of athleticism shines through a tropical city or a tropical country training for the Winter Olympics. And that's sort of what I want to portray with Hong Kong as well. As the Hong Kong China delegation sets to the Winter Olympics, I want to show the world, show to our mainland Chinese audience that we in Hong Kong have this fighting spirit, that even though we don't have the conditions to compete in the Winter Olympics, we're still here doing it, and we still have, we got the entry ticket to the Winter Olympics. So for us, it's a miracle.
That's beautiful, and even more beautifully said. And then finally, how do you see these Beijing Winter Olympics popularize winter sports for people not just on the Chinese mainland, but in Hong Kong and SAR?
Thomas Bach said that we're pushing forward a new era in winter sports, and hopefully we can get more people in Hong Kong interested in winter sports, and hopefully we're able to capitalize on this interest and provide more of these learning opportunities for the Hong Kong fans watching at home.
Sydney Chu, Zhu Dingwen, thank you so much for doing this, and our best wishes for all your future endeavors.